another video. Today I'm just gonna do a little quick questioning and answer segment that some kids they gave me some questions that they'd like to hear me answer. So here goes. Don't mind the little crickets that are chirping on the back. I couldn't Alright, listen up. So, first question. When did you decide to become a teacher? From I was a little girl, you know, when your mommy and your daddy used to buy little chalkboard, and I would sit on the veranda and I would have my little class with my little plants on the veranda. They were my students. And you know, you used to go around and talk and pretending, your imagination running wild, pretending you're in a classroom and you have your ruler, you point on the board and you point on, you know, the plants, and yeah, get to answer everything. I was in that mode, you know, because you go to school and then you model whatever your teacher does. So you come home now and you're doing the same thing. And ever since that, anybody asks me what I want to do, I always say I want to be a teacher, I want to be a teacher. Until one day, one of my uncle asked me one time, what do you want to be? And I say, a teacher. And he say, teacher, I make the money. I'm going to say, all right, then I want to be a lawyer. I'm going to kind of have the two in mind, either a lawyer or a teacher, either a lawyer or a teacher. But I know teaching was my first preference, you know. And then I remember being at Wolmer's High School for Girls and going to sixth form, being in lower six, so you know you choose your subjects now, and I chose the arts because I wanted to pursue law, and I chose arts. And I had a friend at the time who wanted to go to the Teachers College, Michael Teachers College, and I followed her and I brought in an application. I said, let me try bringing my application for myself, sign it up and everything. Went back over to school now, you know, planning to go upper six and everything. And you know that next semester, Michael called me. And I said, let me go and go to the interview. Mommy wanted me to go to upper six and, you know, finish and go on to UA and everything. And, but I have, in my family, we have teachers and we have nurses. Whether you're in the medical field or you're in the education field. I think those are the dominant professions in my family. So I had an aunt who was a teacher, and she, you know, kind of persuade me, call her and say, help me get mommy to be by my side for say, you know, send me to Teachers College. And she gave her the pros and stuff. And then I ended up going, you know, it was a good experience. Big up Michael Teachers College, the Michael University college. So yes, it was good and everything. My friends now from sixth form went to UA, and I met with them the year after I left college because I went on to do my degree, and I saw them there at UA. Some became lawyers, you know, others went into other fields and everything. But you just have to choose your own path, you know, follow your mind. Maybe by the time you're in grade 9, you don't know what you want to be. When it's time to choose career path and subjects and everything, you may not know, but eventually it will come to you. And if you're not sure, you just do subjects that you're good at, and subjects that can lead you into a particular path, you know, and then later on you may find what your true calling is. So that's basically it for me. How long have you been teaching? I've been teaching for 11 years, going on 12 years. It's a pretty long time. What is the best part about being a teacher? I like to build relationships with my students. I like to see my students excel. I like when they get it, that aha moment. You know, you're teaching something and they raise their hand and they say, I don't understand, and you explain. And then they say, oh, and they get it. You can see that little light bulb over their head, like ding, 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 ding. Yes, I like that. I like that moment. I also like when another student say, like somebody says, I don't understand, and then another student can jump in and say, no, this is how it go. And I say, go, this is how it go, and explain, and I'm listening, and I'm like, yes, you you listen in a class, you listen in a class. Other people would say, stop being a teacher's pet, but it's not a teacher's pet. This child is listening in class. Your mommy, your daddy, your grandma, your grandpa should be proud that them send you to school for. Listen to the teacher and then explain something to another student who does not understand what it is you're trying, the teacher is teaching. So I like that. Yeah, so I like to see my students excel. I like when they come to me not knowing a particular thing, and having been in my class and being in my presence, they are learning, they get it. I like students who try. I'm not like lazy student. Like, you know, if you just be lazy, you just can't bother. You can't do it. Just give me the 0. And no, you have to try. If you try and it's frustrating to you, you know, you try again, or you ask for the teacher's help. I like when students call and ask, Miss, I don't understand this. Can you help me out? Ma'am, I'm not getting it. Can you help me out? But, you know, don't be too totally dependent on the teacher. The teacher is telling you, do this, do this, do this, and you won't leave the teacher's side. You're just listening and you're just doing it. You want to be spoon-fed all the time, right through your assignment? No, you have to try. Listen to what the teacher says, then go ahead and do it. That's how the teacher knows that you are learning. That's the assessment. I teach and then I give you something to do, and then based on you doing it, your performance, I will then decide, okay, what is this person's strength? What is the weakness? And then I will make my assessment and plan how I can help you in the next class. You understand? So you have to try. I like students who are respectful. Yes. There are some students that I think I had about 6 daughters at one time, and 2 sons at school, because they called me their school mom and everything, and they were very respectful, never disrespect me yet, always helping me, you know, help me do things. And I love students like that. I love students who are very polite. I like students who are trying students, you know. A student taught me about a try-hard student. He's a try-hard. So I said, what's a try-hard? They said that student try, like I said, what does that mean? The student tries too hard. They said, like I said, the student tried too hard and can't get it done. They said, no, he's just always trying too hard, always doing the most. And then another student said, but that's good. And in my mind, I'm saying that's good. I want you to try hard, do the most. And then, you know, if you fall down, at least you don't drop, poof. You just fall down and drop, ping. But try hard. When you try hard, that's how you know, you put out your best foot forward and you will reap success. So yeah. What is your least favorite thing about being a teacher? Grading papers. Every teacher can say them not like mark paper. Jesus, please. Marking paper, It has become a lot easier now because we have technology and all of that. We don't have to sit down and grade paper. We use different online resources that checks the work for you and everything, which makes grading much easier. But you know, especially when you teach English language and you have to do a lot of marking essays and a lot of writing tasks, yes, it can be tedious because you know you'll have to give feedback on every single child. And sometimes if you have big classes, like my biggest class, the biggest class I've ever taught is a class of 40 kids. So that was a lot. That was a lot to grade and everything. Yeah. And then you know you move to like the 35, and then you go down to like 25, but majority of the teachers used to have like 30 something. you know, 40 tops. So yeah, it can be tedious sometimes. Even when you have 23 or a class of 24, it kind of gets overwhelming because you don't have that one class. Especially if you teach all the grade 8s like I did once. There were about 6 grade 8 classes, and I taught all grade 8 classes in literature, so it was a lot of scripts to mark, papers to grade when it comes to test time and exam time. And then you also teach grade 9, and then you may have a grade 7 class, you may have a grade 10 class, you may have a grade 11 class. So it's a lot of different classes, plus the amount of students per class. So it's a lot. Right now it's not as many kids. I don't have as many kids, so that's not bad at all. I currently have 4 classes, and within the class it's like 23, 17, so it's not too bad, but it does get tedious sometimes with grading and marking papers, checking papers. Yeah, so that would be my least favorite thing. Where have you taught before? I have taught at a traditional all-girls school. I've taught at a junior high school. Okay, at the traditional all-girls school, I taught grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, and grade 11. At the junior high school, I was a reading specialist there, and I taught reading from grade 7 to 9. At the all-girls school, I did English language and English literature. And then I taught at a non-traditional high school, and I taught grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, and grade 11. And then at another school, I taught grade 8 reading and writing. So yeah. What do you teach? Oh, I teach English language, so literature, reading, writing, and language arts, right? Would you encourage others to become a teacher? Yes, if you have the passion for it, you like to help kids, you love children, yes. You can't be a teacher and hate kids, you know? If you are a teacher, you have to love kids. Just like if you are a nurse, you are a doctor, you should like taking care of people, you know? It says a lot if you don't. You're not gonna do the job well, you know? So I would encourage anyone who wants to teach, you know, become a teacher. You know what I like to hear? When you put a kid in charge, like you have them take charge of the group activity, and you say, okay, you're the group leader, you be the leader for this group, and this is what you're doing, and they have 5 minutes and they're doing this, and they're like, miss, me give up, me can't bother, that's why me can't be a teacher now, because you tell them pitney about, and them gone, and you're like, calm down, I do it every day and you don't see me acting like this all the time, calm down. It really shows that, listen, not everybody can do it. And remember COVID year when all the students were at home and everything, the parents were saying, oh my gosh, big up to teachers because you guys do a lot, and I don't know how to manage, I can't do it, when school I go open back because I can't bother with them pitney and everything. That was really nice. It was really nice to hear because, you know, people saw our worth, people appreciated us a lot, and so, you know, it's nice to hear. Reflect on some of the happy moments in teaching. I remember one year, it was my first year teaching CSEC at this all-girls school, and the 5th form students that I had, some of them didn't like writing, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fail, I'm not gonna do well, that's why I don't like writing, you know. And I'm like, no guys, just brainstorm your ideas, put it down on paper, and then just think. Because you had those students who, they would have the idea up here, but when it was time to put it on paper, they didn't know how to start, right? And then you have those people who their minds are blank, but once they get into it, they tap into their creative creative juices start flowing and they tap into their creative mindset, then it just starts flowing, right? I was one who loved to write when I was in high school, and the girls who were in my class, when my teacher took our stories and started reading, sharing for all of us to hear, it was so beautiful to hear some of them write. It was like I was watching a movie. I was like, wow, those girls really can write. So I know that you have the maths people. You always find some, whoever like math don't like English, and who likes English do not like math. And then there were the few of them who liked both math and English and did well at both of them. I like English, so you know what I don't like. So yeah. But anyways, those girls, when the results came out, I got 95% pass. Only one girl failed in the entire class. Oh my gosh. I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of them. They were like, Miss, you make a pass and you make a pass. I was like, oh my gosh, girls, you did it. You guys just needed that extra push, and you just wanted somebody to motivate you and, you know, tell you what you need to do. And I was so glad that I was the one who helped. I remember there was a new teacher who came, and they took the class that I had and gave it to the new teacher. So I stopped teaching the grade 11 students who I had, and they went to the principal and they went to my HOD and they said, no, we want back Miss, and I don't know, something happened, and you know, the teacher was sent to another teacher's class, and then I got them back and they were so happy. I was so happy too. I taught them English language and literature and they passed. I was so proud of them. It's a great feeling when your kids excel, and it's because you helped or because you showed them something they didn't know. You showed them how to do a particular thing. You shared with them some strategies. You build on their confidence. You motivated them. You helped them to see things a different way. And because of that, they excelled. And of course, that is always a great feeling. I also can remember looking back and just students who, you know, would call your mom. Up to this day, I have students who call me mommy. Big up yourself, my big daughters, wherever you guys are. I think my oldest set of kids now should be about 25, 26. And then the rest should be like 24, 23. Yes, big people and big man and big woman. But you guys will always be my my children, my school children and stuff. And I'm very proud of you guys. And you know, I'm very, even the other day somebody said to me, Miss, when miss, you know, remember how you always show us love and everything. And you know, yeah, that was one thing. I remember too, helping some students when I used to do extra class, like a tutoring, and it was COVID year, so I had my extra classes online, and I was able to teach kids from other schools. I taught kids from traditional high schools, all boys school, all girls school, Meadowbrook, Kingston College, St. Catherine High, Queens High, Ascot High, Immaculate, St. Hugh's. I don't remember. If you're from another school that I have not mentioned and I taught you for extra lessons and you excelled, big up yourself, big up you. So proud of you. And they asked that before the exam, if you know, we could all go out and just chill and unwind, because you know, sometimes you have to just take a break and stuff. And they asked their folks, you know, and we went out, we had dinner, and it was just good. It was good. We had dinner and we spoke about, you know, the exam and just have fun. And it was really good to have everybody just chill out and just relax and everything. And you know, we met up with the parents and they got home safely and everything. So those are good moments that I reflect on. I like those. What else? I like when students come to you and they said they hate the subject, they hate English, and when they leave with you after a year being there, it's something that they like. Mister, you make me like the subject, you know, or so. So I like when I get to inspire them and to change their mindset and their outlook on the subject itself. And yeah, just like when you positively impact someone's life, the student's life that you teach. And also when you're a great role model, you will hear students say, when I grow up I want to be like you. That is really nice to hear, you know, that you have become a role model in her life. I'm a girl, so yeah, of course, you've become a role model in the young lady's life. And you know, that's really nice. That's really nice. So those are a few things I reflect on for the happy moments. Negative, anything negative? Let me tell you something. If you don't have the passion for teaching, you can't teach. Because you can't go into teaching and say the money make you go into teaching. If you don't have the passion for it, you can't do it. So negative will just always be whichever kid is just being disrespectful, you know. You still love the child, because even your own children may be rude and disrespectful sometimes, and you discipline them. And you know, whether you have a talk or however you discipline your child, at the end of the day, once you can get that child to self-reflect and say, you know, take accountability, I was wrong, I'm sorry for doing this, and then with an apology comes changed behavior, I can work with you, you know. That's basically it for the negative aspect. The work itself can be stressing. Teaching is not like, you know, a stroll in the park. Sometimes you go home with your work. I have told myself not to do that for a long time ago, not to bring your work home. You know, another day, tomorrow is another day, you can work on whatever task you did not complete. But sometimes I do find myself at home doing the work, you know, like other jobs you do, because I've done other jobs before. I've worked at the airport, I've worked in logistics, I've worked at an amusement park. And you know, once you clock in, you clock out, that's it for the day. You cash out, you sign off your stuff, you turn in your till, or you turn in your cash sheet or whatever, and you sign out. And once you leave that building, that's it for the night. Teaching, that's not how it goes, because even when you're in your bed sleeping, even when you're in your bed sleeping, or when you lay your head at night, you're thinking, oh gosh, what am I gonna do in the morning? Am I gonna do this or whatever? And I'm like, come on, you gotta like stop thinking about that. Just sleep and stop focus on work. When the morning come and God spare your life, you know, it's another day, you can do whatever. But yeah, I love my job. I love my job. No matter how other people who you may work with may make the job a little bit stressful, or the class that you have may be disruptive, or they're not getting it, or whatever your issue may be, just go out there as a teacher and just give of your best self. Because I tell you, even if you don't reach all 40 kids in your class, or you don't reach all 30 kids in your class, or you don't reach all 20 kids in your class, or all 10, depending on the class size you have, once you have inspired and touched at least one child, you have made an impact, you see a difference in that one child, you have indeed done something, and you should be proud. If you can't reach all of them, if you reach at least one, you can say, pat yourself on the shoulder and say, yeah, at least I help this one to do this. And at the end of the day, you know, you have to applaud yourself sometime. Even if no one cheers for you, if no one applauds you, if no one tells you that you're doing a good job, you within yourself know that whatever your goal was for the day or for that lesson, your objective at the end of it, when you're doing your evaluation too, and you're reflecting on how the lesson went, was were the objectives met, was the lesson well received. You know, you can say, okay, you see growth there, you check off your little box and work on what you need to work on to make it better the next day, the next week, the next semester, or the next year, you know. Yeah. And the fact that you are a teacher and you've been doing it for many years, you should applaud yourself. Applaud yourself. You are a big deal. But teach them kids here in this time, this generation. You are a big deal. Big up all teachers, primary school teachers, secondary school teachers, tertiary level teachers, elementary teacher, middle school teacher, high school teacher. Big up y'all selves, because we are a big deal. We may not be appreciated enough, but just know that you guys are appreciated, and keep doing what you're doing. Walk good. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Walk good and continue being yourself. All right, I'm out.